There's a scene in Sam Mendes' 1917, a movie about two soldiers going from A to B to deliver a message that could save thousands of lives, where a character dies. And it's sad. In another movie they would have cut away. But this movie's promise of the one shot forces us to watch the aftermath of a moment like this. He now has to carry him out of the field. His friend, his companion, is now a corpse to be dealt with. Moments like this make 1917 work for me, but then the camera follows our protagonist and... What the fuck? Wait, where did it come from? Where these being-ass soldiers came from? What, there's trucks? A car and some trucks? So at this point of the movie, I'm in the theater justifying this like, maybe our protagonist was in shock from the death of his friend and all of these sounds were blocked. Who knows? Later in the movie, however, our guy here exits the army truck and begins crossing that bridge, and again, we never hear the trucks leaving, which means they are right there watching this poor asshole get shot in a 1v1 match. In post-production, there's a sound design phase, where you can pretty much show up as a director with no sound to your movie. And with enough time and effort, you can leave that studio with a movie that works, and even fool people into believing it was all recorded on set. At some point in the post-production process, Sam Mendes and his sound designer decided to not produce any of the sounds happening outside of the frame, which is weird. If anything, it adds unwanted elements to the project. Movies like Birdman, Enter the Void, A Long Journey into the Night, shit, Russian Ark, all of these movies at some point explore the themes of dreams, and what a better resource to use than the single shot. If you use it for long enough, it should bring dreamlike elements to your movie. Roger Ebert said that if cinema is sometimes dreamlike, then every edit is an awakening. 1917, however, never hints or aspires to be anything other than a straightforward story about two soldiers crossing into enemy territory. I'm not saying it should be more than what it is. What I'm saying is some of the decisions behind the camera should enhance the story. You shouldn't do a movie all in a single take if it doesn't serve any purpose to the story other than being able to say, yeah, we did that, or yeah, give me that fucking Oscar. Can we go back to the scene of the German? Wouldn't this scene work 10 times better if the movie cut to the German's worried gaze as he realizes he's being helped by two English soldiers? Or cut to him slowly reaching for a hidden knife? Instead, the movie pretty much kills him off camera. I mention this because the movie at one point cuts to black, breaking the single take experience. If you're gonna end up cutting, why take the one-shot route in the first place? Why not just shoot a couple of good long takes like the ones in the trenches and the trailer one, and then edit the rest like a normal movie? Also, our protagonist going from sleeping next to a tree to getting a suicide mission to surviving a mine explosion, rubble, a plane crash, it felt like World War I written by Michael Bay. And Sam Mendes writing the good parts, of course, like Robb Stark's surprise cameo. Also, take everything I said with a grain of salt. White Chicks is a masterpiece in my head. I don't give a f. I don't give a f.